All right, we want to thank everybody for participating in our 39th year with Manatee Children Services, being a part of this community. We have many programs, and our focus is to break the cycle of child abuse and to help the kids that are out there. And we really appreciate everybody getting involved and helping us out. And it's been 39 good years. We have a beautiful building behind us. We'd love everybody to come and take a look and get with our executive director, Melinda. We're always looking for people to volunteer and people to donate. It's funded by you to help our community's children. So one of our biggest key factors is we have Dr. Isaac, who assists us in all of our forensic and child and medical issues that we have. He's been a blessing to us for many years. He's really been a great help to our community and to Manatee Children Services. This is a thank you. We're going to be recognizing Connie Shingledecker, who's retiring from the Sheriff Department. She's a major with them. She's going to be receiving an award that's being named after Detective Swisher. And you know, this is an award that's for people that are key in our community helping with the children. And she's definitely been a big help to children for many years. She's been an integral part in keeping things going and investigations with kids. And she's just been a great support for Manatee Children Services and this community as a whole.
We're here at the Manatee Children Services Child Advocacy Center, 39 years that they have been in this county operating, and they've had a child advocacy center now for the last couple of years. This is just fantastic. This is a one-stop shop for children that are abused or neglected in Manatee County, for them to come get a physical examination if they need one, whether that's physical or sexual abuse. They can get interviewed right here. Law enforcement, state attorney's office, and folks can come here, and it's a child-friendly environment. They have their offices in one building. They have the interview rooms and the exam rooms in another building, and then they actually, in this little cottage, they do therapy with the children, and it's just fantastic because when you go in, you walk in, you feel very much like you're at home, and they've made it so child-friendly and so comfortable for families to come into. And if you get a chance to go through the cottage, you just have to see the children that have been here have written for the children that will come. They have written little signs and said words of encouragement, and it's truly wonderful. So when a child comes to have therapy, that's one of the first things that they're going to see, is these wonderful messages from children that have been here before, words of encouragement. And I just can't say enough about how wonderful this is that we finally have a child advocacy center here in Manatee County, a one-stop shop for these children, and I'm thrilled to be a part of it today. Yes, they are giving me an award today, and I will just tell you this. I'm really not the person that deserves that award. Jim Wisher, he's a sergeant now, was a detective for us for many years. He's been promoted to the rank of sergeant. He's going to be here standing right beside me today because he's the epitome of, he's been a victim and he's a survivor, and he's come such a long way and written a book about his experience, and he was a detective in crimes against children as well. And so I just, when they told me that they were going to give me this award, of course I was touched, and I said, I just can't accept it unless Jim can be by my side, and he will be, and I'm, again, thrilled to be accepting it, but certainly with him right there with me.
Oh, this is not great. Mine's going to be yummy. Do you want to do some cookies, guys? Yeah.
Today we're celebrating 39 years in our community. We're a private nonprofit child abuse prevention agency. That was founded in 1977 by Carol Chamberlain, when she recognized that there were kids in our community that needed a place to go after they were removed from their homes. We're very proud of this agency and what we've able to provide to the community. We serve over 14,000 children and families every year out of these buildings and in our residential homes. And today we are honoring Connie Shingledecker for her service to children and families in the child welfare arena. We provide an entire array of services, including residential. We have an emergency shelter for kids ages 6 to 17. It's 12 beds, male and female. We have 3 group homes. Each provide 6 children, male and female, with long-term residential care. We have our child protection team, which is to my right, which provides the forensic and medical exams to all the child abuse victims in our community. Our clinical cottage is behind you, and we provide clinical and therapeutic services to child victims. And in our main building, we provide prevention services, which includes our Kids Personal Safety Program and our kinship care program and our parenting programs. I think the thing that's most important to us is that we're here for children and families who are a victim of child abuse and neglect, and we are here to support not only them but also our entire community.
Can I see the red?
I'm one of the therapists over in the clinical cottage. We work with the children that come through that have been physically, sexually, emotionally abused, those that have gone through some type of trauma, maybe a death of a family member, a parent or something. And we're on that restorative end. We take the children that are struggling with the trauma, and we help them to get better, to heal and get whole again. Well, we've had so many children that have come through our cottage that when they come, they are having a really hard time with everyday life. They're having very hard behaviors. They're failing in school. Their grades have plummeted because of the trauma. And after they've completed treatment, their symptoms have gone away. Their grades are coming back. They're more sociable at school. They walk away with better coping skills than they came in with. Well, we technically use trauma-focused cognitive behavioral therapy, and it was developed specifically for children for sexual abuse, but we use it for all different types of trauma. So with that therapy, we start with some education and we educate the child, then we start giving them coping skills. And we add in all these coping skills because their coping skills may be lacking. And then we talk about the trauma and we go detail by detail by detail in the trauma, and that helps them to be able to process it through, and they share it with the parent, and we do safety planning with them, and we do some in vivo work, which is a gradual exposure. And maybe if they have fear of sleeping in their own bed or going into a specific room, we do some of that work. Oh, this is such a wonderful organization, and we've been around for 39 years advocating for the children in Manatee County. We have all kinds of preventative services, and then on top of that, we have also the therapy end. We have our group homes, we have our shelters that we have, and so we are pretty diverse within this community serving the children. Well, I'd like them to know that, first of all, that we're here to help. And if your child has gone through a trauma and they need therapy, they need some services, we have parenting, we have child safety program, we have grandparents as parents, we have individual and family therapy that they can call us and contact us, and we'd love to be able to serve them.
Making the sky. Next year, going into middle school, I think I might do it.
I actually started here professionally with Manatee Children Services about 19 years ago. Grew up with them, went through different positions before I went out of private practice, so I've watched the agency grow in the community. I've seen what services were needed, I've seen that need met. And in our changes within the last year of becoming a certified advocacy center, streamline things for child victims, their families, and make treatment, intervention, and assessment more accessible. We have 2 group homes. And we have the emergency shelter and another group home in front of the emergency shelter. So we house foster children that are in crisis or are having difficulty maintaining placements. We offer varying types of parenting classes, grandparents for children, building resiliencies in the community, one-on-one parenting, forensic evaluations for cases of suspected child maltreatment or abuse, and referrals from there to whatever services are further needed in the community, up to the point of court school. If a victim is going to have to go to court, we have a program that educates them about what to expect, how to be prepared, and how to make it less scary. I think what we've given the community for 39 years, which is quality, conscientious services, amazing people that work here and work here a long time. The level of commitment from the staff here is amazing. I'm here on the board after I worked here 18 years ago. We have staff that have been here 20, 21, 24 years. And we're established. We're well set in the community. People know who we are, and I think that we offer something really relevant and important. It's the Child Advocacy of the Year Award, and it's for Connie Shingledecker, who is retiring from the Sheriff's Office and has been an advocate for children since I moved to Manatee County 19 years ago, and well known, and she's now moving on to the next part of her life, so we felt like this is Child Abuse Awareness Month. This is our event for our 39th birthday and holding, and it was the right time to honor her for everything that she's done for Manatee County's children.
You're all done? Well, thanks for coming. You want another one?
Yeah.
Emma, make one for Kate and take it indoors.
Well, first, I just want to congratulate Major Connie Shingledecker for the award that she's receiving tonight. There's no one that I know of that deserves this award any more than her. She's been a constant advocate for children in our community for almost 39 years. She's been a great asset for other agencies to rely on when they need some instructions on how to handle certain cases involving children, and we just are very glad to be here tonight and to support her, and also to support Manatee Children's Services for everything that they've done in our community for as long as I can remember. Without them, a lot of kids would have no place to turn, but because of their efforts, we can see our young kids striving and making a difference.
On behalf of the Board of Directors and the incredible staff at Manatee Children's Services, I want to welcome you to our 39th birthday. Being Child Abuse Prevention Month, it is fitting for us to start a new tradition, and we are going to be recognizing from this point forward a Child Advocate of the Year, who's going to be this year Major Shingledecker. And this award is being named after Detective Wisher, who was just promoted to sergeant, I understand. So I'm going to have Kim Griffin come up, and she's going to tell you a little bit more about the Sergeant Wisher.
Come on. Thank you. Yes, you are. You have to help me through this. Okay. Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Kimberly Griffin with the Child Protection Team here at Manatee Children Services. It's great to see so many of you this evening. We are here to honor an amazing man who has dedicated his life protecting the children of our community. Sergeant Jim Wisher, I call him Jimmy. There are not enough words to describe what an incredible person you are and the influence you have made, not only on those of us so lucky to work with you, but also on the countless lives of children you have impacted. Even though we are of many different facets, it is certain that we all have one thing in common: our admiration of a man who never quits until a child is secure. When you first meet Jim, you immediately notice his quiet, approachable, and even humble outward nature. However, those who know him best also see his internal passion, dedication, and relentless determination to protect children that was created from personal experience, where he lived through feelings of defenselessness and fright. Jim became a survivor of child abuse and has found his place by becoming a champion for the unheard voices of child victims. His motivation and selfless actions in the field of child protection are revealed in his book, The Boy Who Never Cried Wolf. Jim began his career with the Manatee County Sheriff's Office in December of 2003 as a deputy, and in January of 2009, Jim began his quest on protecting the lives of children. As a detective with the Crimes Against Children unit, he fought diligently protecting child victims of abuse and has played an insurmountable role in getting the bad guy in numerous high-profile cases within our community. Just to give you an insight of Jim's efforts in his work, from January 2009 until the present, Jim has investigated nearly 1,200 cases of child physical abuse, sexual abuse, neglect, and missing children. Of those cases, more than 100 perpetrators have been arrested, and nearly 50 have been given a prison sentence, and there's still more to come. Jim's mission is to defend and protect the innocent children of our community. I have had the honor not only to work with Jim professionally, but he and his family have been very dear friends of mine. Jim and his wife Olwen have been married nearly 15 years and have a son, Andrew, who they affectionately nicknamed Dunk. Though they have experienced many trials and tribulations, Jim, Olwen, and Andrew have found love, courage, strength through the support of church, family, friends, work friends, and the community. Few people know the dedication and passion required to protect children from harm. It is almost a membership to a clandestine society, one where you sometimes wake up at night thinking about a child you interviewed that day, one where your heart races upon hearing about a child being mistreated, where you race vigorously into a case willing to endure any kind of emotional turmoil, as long as it means that you can make a difference in the life of a child. We have a common experience of hearing, "Oh, how do you deal with that?" when we proudly tell a group of friends or others who inquire about what we do. We find comfort in sharing our practice with other members of our club and the unexpected hug from small arms at the end of a difficult case. Jim is a proud member of this society and has dedicated many years of his life advocating the cause. He has battled tirelessly for those without a voice and continued to persevere in protecting the children of Manatee County. Manatee Children Services has chosen to name its first and annual Child Advocate of the Year award to this man who has had and continues to have a stellar career, an incredible drive to prosecute perpetrators, and who has devoted his life to protecting the lives of children and being their hero. Jimmy, you are simply amazing, and thank you for your devotion and ambition in eliminating child abuse.
Thank you, Kim. Wow. Wow. Thank you. Wow.
You want to say something?
I don't have anything to say. Wow. Thank you. Should I say something? So thank you, everybody. That's some of the kindest words ever said to me in my life, probably. And I appreciate that, Kim. God bless you. I love you. She's right. I came to Crimes Against Children in early 2009 with built-in passion and fire because of some things that happened to me when I was a child. But it wasn't just me. I worked with a team of people who were every bit as dedicated to the same cause. And over the next 7 or 8 years, got to watch a lot of children who will owe their childhood to these people, and they'll never even meet them, maybe. The lady who's going to be awarded this award tonight, I've known her for all of these years too, and I don't know anybody who deserves it more than her, but I'll let somebody else say that.
And now, Melinda Thompson, our CEO.
Welcome, everybody. My name's Melinda Thompson, and it's my honor as CEO and chair of the selection committee to present this year's Sergeant James B. Wisher Child Advocate of the Year Award. The Sergeant James B. Wisher Child Advocate of the Year Award is in its inaugural year in honor of the outstanding dedication, unyielding work, and impact in the area of child protection Sergeant Wisher has made in the lives of child victims and their families in our community and around the country. The recipient of this award must have demonstrated over a significant amount of time dedication to the promotion of child abuse prevention, treatment for the victims and their families, and been an active leader with strong ethics and a sense of civic and family duty. To say this year's recipient has met those benchmarks would be a gross understatement. Let me highlight for you a fraction of her accomplishments in the 38 years as a law enforcement officer with the Manatee County Sheriff's Office. She began her career in 1977 and worked in various areas within the agency. She was assigned to the Criminal Investigations Division for 10 years, during which time she investigated and supervised the investigations of crimes against children. In 1997, she was instrumental in the transfer of child protective investigations from the Department of Children and Families to the Manatee County Sheriff's Office. The program was successful and has been duplicated by other sheriff's offices in Florida. She recently retired from her position as Investigative Bureau Chief, overseeing criminal investigations, child protective investigation, and special investigations. She has a BA degree in public administration with a minor in criminology, graduating from St. Leo College. She also graduated from the FBI Academy, 185th session in Quantico, Virginia. She is active in the community. She has served on several boards. She has taught throughout the state as well as the local law enforcement academy. She has been a member and leader of many organizations, including Manatee County Child Death Review Committee Chair, Florida's statewide Child Death Review Team, served as a governor's appointment to the Child Abuse Prevention and Permanency Council, Junior Leadership Manatee Board, Children's Guardian Fund, Bradenton Kiwanis Club, and served on the Manatee County Children's Services Advisory Board for 9 years. What she has done and accomplished is nothing short of incredible. Most of you are aware of the complexity of the services that are provided to child victims and their families here at the Advocacy Center. But what you may not know is the importance of effective, transparent partnerships that are crucial to effective and successful service delivery. These relationships are paramount if we are to communicate all information, keep our children safer, and prevent tragedies from occurring. This year's recipient is an original member, that's 2006, guys, of the multidisciplinary staffing team, the main component of MCS's Child Advocacy Center. She has helped shape the membership of this crucial group of community child advocates, which included law enforcement, legal services, mental health personnel, child protection services, rape crisis advocates, and the child protection team. She never missed a strategic planning meeting and greatly contributed to the current MDT infrastructure at MCS, keeping more than 500 identified child victims of abuse safe and connected with valuable community resources, as well as increasing the flow of communication between community partners that has led to arrests and successful prosecutions of child predators. Her list of awards is vast, her impact impossible to accurately measure. All of this, and you know she has found time to run marathons and triathlons, play tennis, and my favorite, cheer for FSU. She's been married to her husband Jim for 34 years and is a proud mom to her daughter Carrie and son-in-law Tom. I am so incredibly honored to present the Sergeant James B. Wisher Child Advocate of the Year Award for 2016 to Major Connie Shingledecker.
Good evening, and thank you all so much for being here tonight. I know it's Friday night and everybody's ready for the weekend to start, but what a wonderful way to end Child Abuse Awareness Month. Jim, you should be up here with me, first of all. First and foremost, please come up here. Jim is such a strong man, and he has done some really amazing things, and I did not want to be standing here tonight accepting this without you by my side, because you epitomize what this is all about. You were a victim yourself, a survivor, then you went to work, in an area where you can make a difference. And I don't know how you all realize, how many of you realize how important that is, that he has been able to make a difference in the lives of these children and set aside all of the things that had happened to him to make a difference. I would receive an email a couple of years ago from another fellow law enforcement officer that was telling me that he had also been a sexual abuse victim as a child and wanted to have his case investigated. And I could think of no one else that would be more appropriate and strong enough to handle that case than Jim Wisher, and I gave it to Jim. And he did an outstanding job with it, and we were able to have a successful conclusion and a prosecution for that fellow officer for when he himself was a child victim of sexual abuse. So it just tells you that things can still be accomplished even after many, many years have gone by. But Jim, you've done an outstanding job, and you know, even though I'm receiving this award tonight, you're the reason that I'm standing right here right now. It's people like you that help keep all of this going, and you're the ones in the trenches. And there was no more rewarding work than when I worked crimes against children myself. And so I appreciate everything that you and all of the other fellow detectives and supervisors that are here today. You do wonderful work. All of our Manatee Children Services advocates and folks that are working every day. I went through and I want to tell you what I was most impressed with, though. When children come in to the cottage, there are messages written by children that came before them with words of encouragement. And I think that just says so much about what you all are trying to do. Make this a comfortable place for children to be. And the fact that we have a child advocacy center after so many years, when we were doing our interviews back in the day, we would do them at the sheriff's office, and sometimes the bad guy would be down the hall. And we would be having to interview these children in these small offices. And this is just so much better to have children be able to come here and have a one-stop shop where they can be interviewed here in a comfortable setting, child-friendly setting, be examined here in a child-friendly setting, and even have a deposition here if they need. This is just wonderful to finally have this. And I just want you to know that I feel truly honored to have been recognized tonight, but this is one of the men that deserves it so much more than I do. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. We really appreciate everybody coming today. We have plenty of food and beverages and activities still going on right now. Amalia has done a fantastic job. I'd like to publicly thank her for her efforts in making this beautiful lawn even more beautiful. I also want to say thanks to Publix, BB&T Bank, Fuzzy's Tacos, Sugar Cubed, Annie's Charmed Life, Chick-fil-A, Gordon Food Service, and again, Amalia. Again, thank you guys for coming, and please feel free to stick around and visit with the staff, see our wonderful agency, and take tours of the buildings and get some food and drink. So have a great weekend.
Well, it's not very often in life that you have such nice words said about you. It's very humbling, and I'm honored to, first of all, have an award named after me at all. I don't feel like I even deserve it, as they said, but I can say with all confidence that I've known Major Shingledecker for enough years that if anybody deserves an award such as this, I may have come to this division with some fire in my bones, but she has 10 times the passion and the fire that I ever had. and she certainly deserves it. It means a lot to me, to answer your question. It means the world to me.
Yeah, how long did you guys work together?
Well, she's been a major over our division for the entire 7 years I was working there. So I answered to her after I answered to a chain of command, but spoken to her many times on cases, and I can tell you that every time I either spoke to her or I was spoken to by her, or if I even heard her speaking to someone else, I was learning. The woman is a wealth of knowledge in this area, and just an astounding woman, and I always learned from her. My career grew because of my time with her. She definitely deserves this award. Well, I think, as she said, I came from a background where, as a child, I was a victim for a long time. A decade of my childhood was shipwrecked by a predator, and I had to both survive that and then heal from that over the subsequent decades of coming through that. At some point after that, I became a policeman, of course, and decided, after hearing her at the academy and other places, thinking, I want to do that. She's got the right idea. That's what I'm going to do. And moved into that division the first chance I got, and began my time as a crimes against children detective. And I think, as she said, that was a little it was inspiring, I guess, to her to have someone do that, come out of that, and then go and then hunt down the kind of predators that, you know, hurt me when I was a child. If you reverse that, her knowledge taught me over the years. Every time I heard her talk, I was learning how to be a better detective, and that's from her, just because of who she is. She's an astounding woman, and obviously you heard just, you know, her career, and so how could I not learn from that? Yeah. I've done some traveling about Florida and speaking on this subject, and there are millions of, and not just Florida, nationwide, that have come through what I came through. Adults my age now that lived through that, and some of them did not heal. Actually, healing, moving past it, is something of an exception, not the norm. And so I do travel a bit. I wrote a book about it just for that reason. I want people to know that it's happening a lot, but they don't have to be a slave to it their whole life. They can be free from it as I am, as free as I am from it, and live a productive and happy life after something like that. And so, yes, I have been doing that, and maybe that was something of a bit of spark of inspiration too. I hope.
Can you introduce this young man over here on your shoulder?
Yes, this young man on my shoulder is my 13-year-old son, Andrew Wisher, and proud of his dad. And anytime his dad was saying a few words, he likes to be next to him. So, but Andrew, say hi to everyone.
Hello.
Andrew, you want to say anything about what an honor it is?
It is definitely an honor for my dad to have an award named after him, and it's also great. I'm also thankful that we came here. Also, some people are, I don't really know what to say. I was trying to say he was also battling brain cancer. Back in the August of 2015, he woke up on a Monday morning screaming in pain, and when I first saw one of my dad's colleagues, I literally thought that was the day he was gonna die. But thanks to the love of Jesus, he's still here today.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you.